Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Brandon with Go Tigers. Today we have the Game 2 at Minute Maid Park between the Pittsburgh Pirates and our Houston Astros. Astros gave up a disappointing loss yesterday. It seemed like in the beginning, because the bullpen game that the Astros had going, they looked like they were going to be able to pull it out, keep the Pirates down to just a couple of runs, and we were just waiting on the bats to kind of give us just enough to win that game. But unfortunately, near the end of the game, Hader gave up a three-run shot right there in the top of the ninth. That pretty much, that pretty much sealed it. The Astros did threaten, but just like they had done the entire game, despite getting guys on and loading up the bases, they only came away with one, which came in on a Yordan Alvarez walk. So in the weakest way possible, Yordan managed to drive in one run, but with bases loaded, Yainer Diaz was not able to do anything. And the Astros, in very lackluster fashion, gave up that game. It was not a game that the Astros should have lost, but they continue to have these problems with the games that are just kind of unfortunately atypical of the Astros this year, where when they just need to do their simple job, like Hader, he was paid big money to come in and shut down the other team in one inning. He has pitched a little more than one inning at times, but his primary job is to come in for one inning and just shut everybody down. But he had an absolutely awful inning, allowing base runners and then the home run. And of course, you probably know that Hader has been giving up a lot of home runs this year, so he just hasn't lived up to the billing and the price tag that the Astros paid to acquire him. I'm really hoping that he can turn that around, especially if the Astros are looking at making a deep run into the playoffs. They're gonna need him to work that out. Leaving pitches over the plate that they can send out to the Crawford boxes, which is a very short porch out in left field, that's not going to be a recipe for victory in the playoffs. But looking ahead to today's game, one second, let me. Oh, it sounds like I've got my wrong microphone on again. Okay, the audio is working, but it seems like it's using my camera microphone and not my headset microphone, so it doesn't sound as good as it should. I'm gonna try to work on that here and get it fixed, but the game is due to kick off here in just a couple of minutes. So let me give you very quickly the details that you need to know as the game is about to begin. Hunter Brown is going to be on the mound for the Astros today. He's been doing extremely well basically over the past dozen games or so. His ERA is super low, and since the All-Star break, I think over the past 12 or 13 innings, he's only given up one earned run. He's got about 13 strikeouts. So he's just been on fire recently, and the Astros have really needed that. He's become a key part of the pitching rotation, so we look for him to do well today. And for the Pirates, he's going to be facing a guy by the name of Bailey Falter. I don't know anything about Falter. We'll see. We'll see in a little bit how he fares. His ERA, though, is 4.08. He's 4-7. Now, if you compare the ERA of Hunter Brown to Falter, they're very similar. Hunter's is 4, Falters is 4.8, but Hunter Brown had a really rocky start this year, and he's been consistently pulling that ERA down. Falter, on the other hand, it's hard to say what exactly he's been doing recently because I just don't know. But we will find out if the Astros can light him up in just a moment. Hunter Brown is out on the mound right now warming up. Oh, I've got my camera, unfortunately, right in front of some stats. So I'm going to have to move that down. Give me just a second there. All right. We're about to get the opening pitch. Andrew McCutchen will be the first batter for the Pirates, followed by Brian Reynolds and O'Neill Cruz. Brown is ready, and here's the delivery. First pitch of the game. Strike right in the top of the zone, 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Good start. McCutchen is 2 for 12 on the Pirates road trip here. Next pitch right on the inside corner, low, but strike 2. Hunter Brown jumps out to a no ball, 2 strike lead on McCutchen with 2 fastballs. Brown looking for his next pitch. He's got it. And here it comes. High fastball, but that one was a little too far out of the zone. McCutchen is not biting. That will be ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to McCutchen. Here comes the pitch. This one is grounded to the side. Bregman's got it. He fires over to first. No problem. Out number 1. Astros lineup today, I'll give that to you right quick. We've got Altuve, Bregman, and Alvarez. Alvarez will be DH today as Yainer Diaz is behind the plate and batting 4th, followed by Jeremy Pena, Jake Myers, John Singleton, Mauricio Dubon out in left field, McCormick out in right field, Chas McCormick. Brian Reynolds is now up to bat. He's left-hander, and first pitch to him is a swing and a miss. Fastball for strike 1. Couldn't get a hold of that 97-mile-per-hour heater. During the break, I'll mess with my microphone again. It seems that whenever I close the software program, it changes my settings. I have to change them back. Here comes the next pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They're going to say no. That'll be ball 1. 1-1 the count against Reynolds. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Big drop on that ball. It bounces low and inside for ball 2. That pitch had a lot of movement on it. Hunter Brown was shaking his head, but the placement was just not good. 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That was high and outside. Misses again for ball 3. So after a good-looking opening, Hunter Brown comes right back and gets down on the count. He takes a break to grab the rosin bag. Now he's back up on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. Another one high and outside. That's going to be a leadoff walk. Or not a leadoff walk, rather. That's going to be a first walk for Brown. Runner on first with 1 out for the Pirates. Now they've got O'Neill Cruz. In the game last night, Cruz hit a double that tied the game. He played a hand in getting the Pirates back into the game. First pitch to him is way out of the zone. Diaz had to stand up really quick to get it. Runner remains on first. 1 ball, no strikes. Brown looking for the call. He shakes off 3 or 4. Finally gets what he wants. Here comes the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. A nice breaking ball. Curve ball right on the inside corner. 92 miles an hour. Man, that's got to be difficult to hit, a 92 mile per hour curveball. I saw some amazing curveballs when I was playing in high school, but I never saw anything like that. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. High in the zone, fastball, swing and a miss by Cruz, strike 2. That was a perfectly placed high fastball, 96 miles an hour. From May the 22nd all the way until now, Hunter Brown has been pitching at least 6 innings, so he's been doing pretty well. Next pitch, he gets the strikeout with another curveball. This one was perfectly placed, and the inside corner of the zone is where it ended up, but it looked like it was going to go straight in the strike zone, and it completely fooled Cruz. He whiffed. Swung over that one big time. 2 outs now, 1 runner on first. Oh, I just realized I didn't update that on the screen for you. High fastball, strike 1 against Rowdy Tellez. There we go. I've got the runner on base now. 1 walk and 0 for 3 for Tellez yesterday. It's pretty interesting. They said that Pittsburgh does not lead the league in stolen bases, but they do lead in stolen percentage. So they are good at it. They just don't do it as often. Next pitch is a check swing, but they say went around. That's strike 2. 0-2. Hunter Brown ahead in the count again. One runner on, 2 outs. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This one is hit to the right field. It's going to be a single on a breaking ball. Looks like Reynolds was off and running as the pitch came. So on that curveball, Tellez was able to get it off the fists, basically. Not a very strong hit, but it was strong enough to get it into the outfield. So now the Pirates have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Not an impressive hit, but it does the job and moves the runner over for the Pirates. Joey Bart is now up to bat. The first pitch to him is a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1, 96 miles an hour. Oh and 1 is the count. Runners on the corners. Here comes the pitch. This one is fouled back for strike 2. So we have another 0-2 count. Crowd a little muted right now. Batter had stepped out for a moment, and now Bart is back in. Hunter Brown's got the call. Here comes the pitch. That one's right in there, strike 3. Got him looking. Right in the bottom of the zone, no question about it. So after giving up a walk and a single, Hunter Brown is able to shut down the Pirates. No damage done in the first inning. We'll go into the bottom of the first, and my hero, Jose Altuve, will be coming up to bat. And right now I'm going to go into my software and try to figure out why my microphone is not selected. My proper microphone is not selected. Okay, apparently it is selected. Let me go back and check the audio myself on my channel. Okay, it's working better now. It seems to have changed by itself. So my settings didn't change, but the software was using my webcam. For those of you who do not necessarily live streaming, but for those of you who do online calls, video calls, or meetings online, you probably know that it's a very common thing to consistently have issues with the camera or the audio or something. It's ridiculous. I personally teach English online, and for the majority of my classes, we use the software through the company's website, and it automatically recognizes your camera and microphone. But I kid you not, every single class I have, it never connects quickly in the beginning of the class, so there's always a delay. It's very, very frustrating. That's my love-hate relationship with technology. When it works, it's really great, but it's very easy for it to just not work and be finicky or change settings, do all sorts of weird stuff without you doing anything. Well, we're going good today, it seems, right now. Altuve's at the plate, and he's digging in, getting ready. And he says he's ready to go. The umpire says, let's do it. Falters on the mound. He's got kind of a weird windup, it looks like. But the first pitch to him is hit down the line to third base, really hard, but he's going to lob it over to first and get Altuve in the first pitch of the game. That was a very hard hit ball on the ground to the third baseman, who actually did make an error last night. The Pirates made 3 errors in that game. I mean, the Pirates were doing basically everything they could do on defense to give the game to the Astros. The Astros stranded 19 base runners. And despite the 3 errors that helped the Astros advance and score runs, they just weren't bringing the runners home. First pitch to Bregman is a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one's way high for ball 1. Bregman yesterday also had just a very, very close miss on a home run. He crushes this one now that that one was dangerous. It went well out of play, probably about a good 25 or 30 feet from the foul pole. But it was way out there. He was thinking home run again just now, but that'll be strike 2, 1-2 against Bregman. But for you guys who saw the highlights or watched the game, this one's grounded to the shortstop, who fires it over to first, and that puts Bregman away for the second out. But yeah, whoever watched the game, if you saw that hit by Bregman, it missed that foul pole by just maybe an inch. And if it had touched it, if it had just bounced off of it, it would have been a home run. And that would have been a 3-run shot, which ultimately would have won the game for the Astros. But unfortunately, nothing was doing. Yordan Alvarez is at the bat. He's showing bunt. Not really sure what that's about. But he takes a strike. 0-1 versus Alvarez. He swings away at the second pitch on the outside corner and fouls it away. So Yordan down 0-2. Not really sure what they're thinking, having Yordan Alvarez show bunt with 2 outs. I don't think I've ever seen Yordan do that before with 2 outs. 0-2 pitch, here it comes. Low and in the dirt, ball 1. I'm glad to see Yordan not hacking away at that. Recently, Alvarez has been playing such non-stellar ball. He needs to be hitting the ball. And as soon as I mention that, he lines it out to center field for the third out. Contact was decent, but it was right at the center fielder. He had little movement to do to get it. The Astros put up no fight in the bottom of the first. We'll go into the top of the second. The Pirates have Ke'Bryan Hayes coming up, followed by Connor Joe. and Jared Triolo. I believe that Joe came in as a pinch hitter yesterday and stayed in the game, and now he's starting for the Pirates. Let me go to my live stream page so I can see if you guys drop any comments in the chat. Wow, my background changer seems so weird. It's making me look strange, and it's also making my headphones appear and disappear, or disappear and reappear. Whoops! Oh my gosh, I've got the wrong. I just realized I've got the wrong Gamecast on the ESPN deal. My bad, guys. The score is 0-0. Do not mind that. Do not mind those stats on the screen. I've got to change that. I apologize. I didn't notice that until I went to my live stream channel. I'll change that immediately. This is the correct one, okay? Top of the second, 0-0. There we go. Got that fixed. I apologize. That's my bad. I have to manually change these things every day, along with several other things. I have to change the pitchers, the names of the pitchers, the game stats on ESPN. If we're playing a different team, I have to change that, change the logo, change the name. These are things that don't automatically update for me. It's easy to miss something. All right. Brown back on the mound facing Hayes. First pitch to him is low and inside for ball one. Brian Hayes, 239 average. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. High fastball, way out of the zone by at least a foot. Ball two. Sadly, I am out of coffee, so at the break, I'm going to rush to get some more. Maybe the Astros need to drink some coffee and get their bats going, you know what I'm saying? 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one's chopper, and Pena is able to get it, but he's not going to have a play. He had to run all the way over to his right. It got past Bregman. Bregman wasn't able to get over to it. It was just perfectly placed to make a difficult play. And there was no throw, so that's going to be an infield hit for Hayes. Pena did a good job getting over there to get the ball, but there was just nothing he could do with it. Connor Joe is now coming up to bat. So the Pirates have 1 runner on. This one's grounded to the right side, and that's going to get right through between Altuve and Singleton. And it looks like Hayes is going to book it and get over to third base. He was able to make it all the way over to third, and Joe is on first base. They have runners on the corner with no outs. How about that? That's not a good start to the top of the second. So we have 2 singles back to back. One through the hole on the left side, which was nabbed by Pena, but he had no throw. The other one just went completely between Singleton and Altuve. So we have 2 runners on the corners, and now batting is Jared Triolo. He grounds into what could be a double play, but they're going to give up a run. They look to home. Pena did look at home before he threw, but they didn't have him, so the Pirates are going to be up 1-0 with 2 outs. Astros get a good double play, but unfortunately cost them a run. Very quiet run put on the board there. Altuve did a good job there. When he got the flip, he had to take a step forward to get around the base runner and make that throw, so he did a good job. 2 outs. The batter is now Michael Taylor. Taylor swings on the first pitch and fouls it away for strike 1. My hope is that this 1 run that they just gave up will make Hunter Brown furious, and he will just throw fire for the next six innings and shut them down. 0-1 pitch, here it comes. High, check swing. He didn't go around. That'll be ball one. Anyone joining me, welcome in. We're in the top of the second, 1-0 Pirates. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Brown, who's facing Michael Taylor. That ball looked good in the top of the zone, but umpire didn't really care much for it. That's ball two. I've got my very old Astros hat on today. It gave me some luck versus the Dodgers, so I decided to put it back on today. That pitch is right on the inside corner, but again called ball, so Hunter Brown just barely missing with the umpire. It's 3-1 now. He takes a moment to kind of kick the dirt around on the mound and think about his life choices. 3-1 count with 2 outs, no runners on. Here comes the pitch. That was right in there for strike. I don't know why Taylor thought that was a ball. He started to take off and run towards first, but that was right down the pipe. Complete nonsense. I guess he thought the umpire was going to be on his side again, but that one was nowhere near outside, so it's a full count. Hunter Brown made him look like a dopehead just now. The 3-2 pitch. This will be the 29th pitch for Brown. And here it comes. That was right on the corner and grounded to Bregman, who tosses over to Singleton to get the third out of the inning. That'll do it for the Pirates in the top of the first, or top of the second, rather. They do get 1 run. They've now got 3 hits. So the Astros have at least a little bit of work to do with the bat. If Hunter Brown can keep the Pirates at 1 run, then the Astros might be able to win this game. The bats have just been so quiet at the times they really need them. But the pitcher that's on the mound today for the Pirates, I really do believe that it's a good matchup for the Astros bats, even though the first inning didn't show it. Altuve did start off with the very first with the very first at bat. He had a nice solid swing. He seemed to make good contact, and it was struck hard towards the third baseman, but he was able to snatch it up and fire to get him out at first base. He didn't have a chance to get over there because he hit it so hard. So he made some good solid contact. But we'll see. We'll see in the bottom of the second here what the Astros can do. But anyone who's joining, I appreciate you joining. I am calling this game from Hiroshima, Japan. And it is about 9:30 in the morning. Oh, I forgot to go get my hot water. Probably don't have time to do that now. If I go and get my hot water now, it'll probably take me at least a minute. And I think that the game will already be started in the bottom of the second. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait just long enough to call this finish off this second inning. And then I'll go grab my hot water and get my second cup of coffee. In Yainer Diaz's last 100 games at Minute Maid Park, he's batting .322, on base percentage of .341, slugging percentage of .554, with 20 home runs and 56 RBIs. He's been destroying it here at Minute Maid Park. First pitch to Diaz is on the outside upper corner for strike 1. Diaz has been such a big asset compared to Maldonado. And as soon as we're talking about that, he singles it into right field. Awesome. Second pitch, Diaz gets a hit. So Diaz will be on first base, a leadoff runner with no outs. Whoops. Let me put him on. There we go. Got that updated on the screen. Nice solid line drive strike out in right field. That'll bring up Jeremy Pena. Here comes the first pitch from Falter. Jeremy swings at the first one and skies it way up. It looks like the first baseman's going to try to take it. Yeah, for some reason the second baseman and the first baseman weren't communicating there. Tellez lunges for it at the last moment. He didn't play it right. He almost caused a problem there, but Pena flies out. That'll be the first out of the inning on one swing by Pena, bringing up Jake Myers. This month, Myers is batting 171. Not so great. Let's see if you can turn it around starting right here. Here comes the first pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. That didn't have a lot of movement on it. Looks like it was a nice pitch to hit. Mid-80s. I feel I would have launched on that one. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Jake Myers. That one's high, but right on the edge of the zone for strike two, so Myers quickly goes 0-2. It seems to be his favorite count. Jake Myers should change the number on his jersey to 0-2 because he's often 0-2 in the count. Oh, man. Yainer Diaz is on first base with one out. Myers is down 0-2 in the count. Here comes the pitch from Falter. Low and in the dirt. That'll be ball one. Welcome to anyone who's coming in the chat. It seems like the chat is not quite as busy today as it was yesterday for some reason. One and two is the count against Jake Myers. Here comes the pitch from Falter. This one's hit hard to the left side. Third baseman is not going to have any play. It's kind of crazy. He made this diving catch of this rocket from Myers, and he was thinking about going to second, but he realized he didn't have any chance to get Diaz at second, and he double pumped the throw at first base, and for some reason he decided to try to throw it to first, but by the time he threw it there, Jake Myers was already past first base. I'm not really sure what he was thinking. This guy made some errors yesterday, and he continues to make errors in favor of the Astros. Fine by me. Runners on first and second with one out. John Singleton at the bat. That one's a little low and away. Just misses the edge for ball one. So we've got runners on first and second. Just update that. A 1-0 pitch to Big John Singleton is on the way. This one is right in the bottom of the zone. Breaking ball for strike one. That's the one part of Singleton's at bat that I would like to see him improve, is his ability to read and hit the breaking pitches. He just hasn't been doing that recently. Only batting .234. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. He pops this one up on the left side. It looks like it might be playable. They're way over to get it, and they do in the foul territory. That's going to be out number two. Singleton and Pena both getting way underneath those pitches. So the Astros once again are threatening to do what they did the entire game yesterday. Strand two more runners on base. But Mauricio Dubon is up, batting in the 8th slot. Let's see if he can do something. He is batting .271 this season. Here comes the first pitch to him from Falter. High and outside for ball one. Runners remain on first and second with 2 outs. Dubon has 1 ball, no strikes. And here comes the pitch. Low, just barely below the zone, ball 2. Good call by the ump. I like it when those balls are just outside the zone and the ump actually calls it as it is, which is a ball. That's too low to be swinging at. 2-0 is the count against Dubon. Here's the pitch. This one's in the zone and a swing and a miss by Dubon. Kind of a high and outside fastball. 2-1 is the count. Dubon can get a decent hit here. Might be able to score Diaz, who's not slow. get the Astros on the board and tie up this game. 2-1. Here comes the pitch. Another swing and a miss with a ball on the outside corner, 93 miles an hour. Evens up the count 2-2, so it's down to this. The Astros have gotten 2 hits. They started off with 2 singles. And they haven't done anything with it. 2 flyouts, 2-2 count, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And he goes down on strikes. Foul tip into the mitt, lower outside corner. Dumont does nothing to drive the Astros around. And the Astros have now stranded in the last, let's see, since yesterday's game through this game, the Astros have now stranded 21 batters. 21 batters. That's crazy. We're going to go into the top of the third. The Pirates leading 1-0 over the Astros. In just a moment, I'll let you know who's coming up to bat. It looks like Brown is going to be facing Andrew McCutchen, Brian Reynolds, and O'Neill Cruz to start off the top of the third. I'm studying Japanese here in Hiroshima, Japan, and I'm a full-time student. Actually, I'm here on a student visa. I was working here for a while, but I had a health condition. I started having pains and stuff and some other really bad symptoms. I had to go to the doctor. They found that I had a massive tumor on my right kidney. So I've been fighting that now for over 2 years, but I decided I wasn't able to work easily, and I stayed home for a while, but you can't be in Japan without a visa. Now, you can be here for about 3 months, 90 days on a visitor visa, like a tourist visa. But since I already had a house, a car, and bank accounts and a life here, I was building my life here, I really needed to find a way to get another visa. And I decided, you know what, I need to study Japanese. If I'm going to live here, I need to speak better. So I went to school. A friend of mine actually gave me the money for tuition. Pretty awesome. First pitch to McCutchen, in there for strike, swing and a miss, foul tip, bounces away harmlessly. 0-1 is the count. But because of my unfortunate health situation, the only part-time work that I can do while I'm in school is online stuff. Here comes a 0-1 pitch, low and away. 1-1. So I'm hoping to build a channel. Anyone in the chat who's listening, or anyone watching the video, I'd appreciate your support. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. This pitch is high for ball 2, 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Hunter Brown dealing to Andrew McCutchen. And here comes the pitch. That's right in there, lower part of the zone. That was a nice 95 mile per hour fastball. 2-2 evens the count. I like the shoes that Brown is wearing. Those are nice. Nice pitch on the inside upper corner. Got him swinging. Perfectly placed fastball, strike 3. Alejandro Pena. Showing some highlights from before the game. That was nice. Brian Reynolds is up to bat now, the left-handed left fielder. He takes a pitch on the outside for ball 1. He had a walk in the first inning. Here comes the next pitch. This one's hit to the right side and through the hole for another single. There's another hit right through between Altuve and Singleton. So there will be another base runner for the Pirates with one out. Brown now has allowed, I believe, 4 hits. That's correct, 4 hits. I really want to get me one of these Astros jerseys, just can't afford to buy one yet. I did manage to get a new Astros shirt, which will be arriving within the next few days. I'm looking forward to getting that. First pitch to O'Neal Cruz. O'Neal Cruz is fouled away. That'll be strike 1, 0-1. It just so happens that I had enough points to get this Astros shirt online for free, including shipping. You know, there's so many points cards here in Japan, so I was able to accrue enough points to get it for free. That was a high ball. Counts even at 1-1. It's a 2017 World Series Champs shirt. So it'd be nice to be able to wear my Astro shirt during these live streams. Next pitch is high, fouled back for strike 2. I thought that was 98 miles an hour there for a second, but it was 95. Brown does have the ability to go up to 98, but most of his fastballs right now are generally between 94 and 96. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Right low in the zone. Looks like a strike 3, and they get him at second base. Is that a double play? It is. That ends the inning just like that. They get the strike 3 call in the low part of the zone, and Diaz throws him out at second base for the 3rd out. Double play ends the inning. We'll go into the bottom of the 3rd. So Hunter Brown winds up facing the minimal due to that double play. That was a great play on everybody right there. Hunter Brown got it to the plate quick, right in the bottom of the zone, got him looking. Diaz made a perfect throw. Pena put the tag on him. Beautiful. Man, if the Astros could consistently hit like they play defense, they'd have the best team in the MLB, that's for sure. So with 4 hits, Pirates are up by 1. 2 hits, Astros have 0, but we'll try to change that now in the bottom of the 3rd. Chas McCormick is coming up, another player who has really struggled this year. He's only batting .208. A very disappointing very, very disappointing performance for him. We were expecting a lot more from him this year. He'll be followed by Altuve and Bregman. Oh, I need to get some more hot water for my coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, I didn't even get back in time. Chas McCormick is already out. I don't even know what he did. I just see Altuve just took a ball on the inside for ball one. What happened with McCormick? I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get the stats here. McCormick, what did he do? He flew out to center field. There we go. So I got it updated for you. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Altuve. That's in there, lower inside corner for a strike. One and one is the count against Altuve. I had to close the door. That was on the outside for ball two. It is a really hot day today. It's going to be pretty hot, maybe 95 degrees, very humid, and it's already a little warm. So I've got this room kind of sealed off with my air conditioner. I had to go close the door to keep that air from getting out. Sorry about that. 2-1 against Altuve. Here's the pitch. That one is a little high and outside for ball three. Good eye by Altuve so far. Not swinging at those pitches, and the umpire also with a good eye, not calling them strikes. 3-1 with one out. Altuve looking to do something here, get a walk or a hit. Here comes the pitch from Falter. This one's right in the zone, and a swing and a miss. It was an 85-mile-per-hour pitch. A good one to be swinging at. So Altuve is swinging at the ones in the zone and laying off the ones that are either outside or just too outside or too inside. Full count against Altuve. Falter up to 30 pitches. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit hard by Altuve. It's going to drop into left field all the way out to the warning track. He's going to round first but stay. He hit that ball way too hard. It got out there in a hurry. So he didn't have time to get to second, but he does have a hit. He's on first base, and he improves his batting average to .311. Very nice. He's creeping up there, man. That's great. That brings up Alex Bregman with one out, one runner on. Falter looking for the pitch. It looks like he's got what he wants. There it comes. This one's hit up the middle, but it's got to be caught. Line drive straight to the center fielder. Unfortunately, that one does not drop. That's going to be one pitch, 2 outs. Now for the Astros here in the bottom of the third. Altuve on first with 2 outs. And that's going to bring up Yordan Alvarez, who really needs to be doing something for the Astros right now. As I spill my water all over the desk here. First pitch on the outside corner is a strike. Yordan starting off by taking strikes. 33 pitches for Falter. 0-1. Here comes the pitch. This one is on the inside corner and hit to the right field, but it looks like Joe is going to have time to get over there. He slides and makes the catch, so 2 line drive outs back-to-back by Alex Bregman and Yordan Alvarez to strand the 22nd runner on base for the Astros since the game yesterday. Altuve being left on first. This must be a regular feeling for Altuve to be stranded on base. Oh, man. Why do I even put the base runners on for the Astros? They don't bring them in. We're going to go in the top of the third. I'm sorry, the top of the fourth. My bad. Top of the fourth. The Pirates have 4 hits, 1 run. Astros with 3 hits, no runs. Astros have stranded. How many on base? 3. Already this game, 3 or 4? 3. Let's see. Left on base. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Is that right? 5 already? Yeah, that's ridiculous. No surprise to me, though, that the Astros are stranding runners on when they've got hitters like Yordan Alvarez coming up with 2 outs and pretending to bunt, showing bunt. I still don't know what that's about. Seems absolutely ridiculous. And now they're showing Yordan Alvarez highlights from his first cycle. Well, from that's last cycle that Yordan got, where the Astros still lost the game. He has been completely cold. He hasn't done anything. All right. I've got the rest of my coffee pouring right now, so I'll be able to enjoy myself another cup in just a moment. Tellez is up to bat again. He did have a pretty weak little line drive hit his last at bat. First pitch to him is a strike on the inside corner. Hunter Brown quickly deals a second pitch. This is a breaking ball in the dirt for ball one. One and one, the count is even against Rodney. Not Rodney, Rowdy. Rowdy Piper Tellez. I wonder if they call him that in Pittsburgh. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. This one is high and in the upper part of the outer edge of the zone, fouled away by Tellez. That's going to be strike two. Brown about to deliver his 45th pitch of the game. And here comes the pitch. Right in there. A heater that froze Tellez. He wasn't expecting that one. 96 miles an hour. Right in the zone. Strike three. They are interviewing the owner, I guess, of the Houston Texans, the football team. I wish him the best. I'd love to see him go all the way and win a Super Bowl. That'd be great. But I just stopped watching NFL after the Oilers left. Lost all my passion for it. First pitch to Joey Bart is outside for ball one. Hunter Brown quickly going into the next pitch. This one's hit up the middle. Yep, it's going to be right over the head of Altuve. That's going to be another single against Brown. And Bart's going to be on first base with 1 out. It seems to be kind of a trend for Brown right now to get 1 out and then put a runner on. That brings up Ke'Bryan Hayes, who also had a single in the second and was able to score. He's 1 for 1 today. But batting .247 for the season, .242. Here comes the pitch. Nice breaking ball. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Man, I want to see some more of those. I love that pitch from Brown. 0-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit to the right field all the way to the warning track. Chaz is back, gets it no problem, and is able to bring it in. Bart is not able to advance. 2 outs. That was a dangerous hit right there, all the way to the warning track. It didn't even look like it was going to go that far right off the bat, but it floated out there. 2 outs. That brings up Connor Joe. Connor Joe had a single in the second inning. He came in as a DH midway through the game yesterday, and he wound up staying in. Today, he's a starter. Here comes the pitch to Joe. First one is in there on the outside upper corner. 97-mile-per-hour fastball, strike one. "50 pitches now for Hunter Brown. He seems to be on track to get through at least 6. If he's doing well, maybe 7. We'll see. This is a little tapper back to Hunter Brown at first. I mean, at the pitching mound, but he throws a stumbled toss over to first base, and this is going to probably score a run, and it does. And now the runner gets all the way over to the third. Joe is able to make it all the way over to third. There was a tapper to the mound. If Hunter Brown had just held that ball, they would have runners basically on first and second. But Hunter Brown makes a massive move that is reminiscent of Framber Valdez, and he tries to throw to first and stumbles as he throws. He throws it wild off into right field. The ball goes so far out there that the runner from first is able to score, and Joe is able to get to third base. So Hunter Brown shoots himself in the foot there. We've got 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, and Hunter Brown, all he had to do was hold that ball. He didn't have to try to make a wild throw to first base, and there would be runners on first and second with 2 outs. But now we have a runner on third, a 1 run scored with 2 outs. Man, did he just channel his inner Framber Valdez is what I want to know. Absolutely ridiculous play. Man. That brings up Jared Triolo. First pitch to him is high, fouled up, going to be out of play, it looks like, for strike 1. Hunter Brown not helping himself out there. Astros down 2-0 now. And with their recent anemic offense, that might be all she wrote. 0-1, here comes the pitch. This one's outside for ball 1, 1-1. One and one is the count. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and away for ball 2. Nowhere near the zone. Triolo ahead in the count now, 2-1. Pirates now have 6 hits. There's now 1 error, which is attributed to Hunter Brown. 2-1 pitch is on the way. This one's on the inside, but it looks like it's going to be fouled off his foot. It rolls towards Hunter Brown. Strike 2. That was a hard foul off his own foot. Was it his front foot or... Oh, it was off his shin. Just above his shin guard. He fouled it off the top part of his shin. That must have hurt. The count is even 2-2. And 1 runner on third. 2 outs. Hunter Brown finally steps on the mound here, steps on the rubber. He gets the call, and here comes the pitch. High, ball 3. The count is going to be full. He wants a ball change. Hunter Brown is shaking his head, and now he's nodding. He's got the call. Here comes the full count pitch with 2 outs to Triolo. This one is in there and hit to left field, and that's going to be down all the way to the wall. That's going to score another run. Triolo's definitely going to get a double out of that. So Hunter Brown is really costing himself right here. 3-0 Pirates. If Hunter Brown hadn't stumbled when he threw to first base, he probably could have made a good throw. He had time to, but he just rushed himself and he caused himself to stumble. Now we have runner on second base with 2 outs. Astros have given up 2, or rather Hunter Brown has given up 2. Nice little line drive on the very first pitch to Michael Taylor, and that's caught by Altuve right by second base for the 3rd out. Finally ends the inning. Astros making themselves look like a joke with the Pirates here. 3 runs given up, partially because of Hunter Brown's pitching, but also partially because of his nonsense in the field. And this is pretty much the limit for him. He can't give up any more than 3. Astros are not going to be able to come back the way they've been hitting. If the Astros can get 4 runs here, it's doable. But they haven't really shown a tendency to bring in their base runners. They keep stranding base runners, and so they've got nothing to show for it right now. Going to the bottom of the 4th, they have no runs. They've gotten opportunities. They put people on base, just haven't converted anything. Let me see what I've got going in the chat here. Maybe one person in the chat, or one person listening rather. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I appreciate you being here. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It is 10 o'clock in the morning here for me. I'm in Hiroshima, Japan, calling the game from here. It is a little warm in here. I think my air conditioner went into cleaning mode for a couple of minutes, and now the temperature has gone up. I'm going to turn my fan on. Give me one moment, please. Wow, just like that, as soon as I sit down, Yiner takes the first pitch and drives it out 351 feet for a home run, and he puts a run on the board, a leadoff run on the board for the Astros, directly to left field. That was a low pitch. He just scooped it out and line drived it maybe just 5 feet over the fence in left field. So with one swing, Yainer Diaz brings the Astros within 2 runs. It's now 3-1 in favor of the Pirates. Jeremy Pena comes up. Pena swings at the first pitch, but he misses that one. It's high and outside for strike 1. That was a nice surprise. I get up to turn on the fan. As soon as I sit down, Diaz hits a home run. That's great. Next pitch to Pena is hit out to right field, and that one was almost deep enough to be a homer, but it was foul by about 25 feet. Pena put a little beef on that ball. Strike 2. Let's see if he can pull that ball and get it over where Yainer put that one. No balls, 2 strikes to Pena with no outs. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Pitcher and catcher wanted that call, but it was outside by a good 3 or 4 inches. 0-2. Here comes the pitch from Falter. That one's low in the dirt. Check swing by Pena. Ball 2. Count is now even. Man, Pena is 2 for 2 today. Continuing to play well. Here comes the pitch to Pena. Low in the dirt. He doesn't even try to run. He could have ran, but he didn't. He just walks away. He's playing around. He acts like he's now going to run after walking away, and it's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like, man, you guys are down by 2 runs. You need to be serious. You should have tried to run when the ball was in the dirt. But he goes down with a strikeout. That's 1 out. That brings up Jake Myers. No runners on base. Astros down 3-1. Here comes a pitch from Falter. That was right in the middle of the plate and fouled away back behind the umpire and everybody for strike 1. Myers did have a single in the second. He and Diaz were able to get on base, but nothing came of it. The other Astros stranded them. That one's on the outside. Ball one. 1-1. Good eye by Myers. Good call by the ump. I don't know what you guys think of the trade for Kikuchi, but I'd love to hear what you think if you have the opportunity. This one's low, almost in the dirt for ball two. Good eye by Myers. 2-1 is the count. It seems that lots of people think that it was a really bad trade in two ways. Giving up prospects and then getting a pitcher is just so-so, but I don't know. We'll see. That one's fouled away for strike one, or strike two, rather. But Kikuchi does have a lot of strikeouts and not many walks. He just needs to work with the staff, the pitching staff, on placement and maybe adding some other pitches to his arsenal. He could be a guy to really help the Astros out. The 2-2 count pitch to Jake Myers is on the way. This one's low and inside, swing and a miss. Fooled Myers with that breaking ball on the inside, 87 mile per hour. Myers goes down, shaking his head. He looked more disappointed about that than Pena was. 2 outs now. John Singleton comes up, and John definitely has the power to bring this game within 1 run with a swing just like Diaz did. Here comes the pitch to him. This one is hit very first pitch out to left field, about 10 feet shy of the warning track. Easy catch for the left fielder. That's going to do it for the Astros in the 4th inning, but they do come away with 1 run on Diaz's homer, thankfully. 7 hits for the Pirates with 3 runs. Astros 4 hits, 1 run, and 1 error. That terrible throw by Hunter Brown to first base, costing them a run, and then putting another runner on third base. Right now the score could be very easily 2-1, but because of that error, it's 3-1. Goodness gracious. Who's coming up to bat now for the Pirates? Andrew McCutchen, Brian Reynolds, and O'Neal Cruz. It's crazy that Brown has given up 7 hits in this game and committed an error that cost them a run. It's actually pretty interesting because I'm watching this game on MLB TV, which I'm thankful that I'm able to do without having to use a VPN. So, because I'm actually buying the subscription directly from MLB TV and watching it, apparently it's region free here in Japan, which is great. I don't have to try to use a VPN to get around anything. But if I use YouTube television, of course YouTube TV gives me a lot more options. I get to watch many different things, many different games, and that sort of thing. But the problem with YouTube TV is that they lock the region. They lock the region for me here in Japan. So I'm not able to watch these games, and I have to use a VPN, and it doesn't work most of the time. First pitch to McCutchen is a weak base hit to center field. Myers comes in and brings it in. McCutchen will be on first with a leadoff run, and that is the 8th hit that Brown has given up this game. That's not a good way to start off this inning. Brian Reynolds comes up. Left-handed batter. 1 runner on. First pitch to Reynolds is on the way. He fouls this one. Bounces off himself and rolls harmlessly out of bounds there. So that's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 runner on here in the top of the 5th. Hunter Brown struggling with these hits, trying to get through this inning without giving up any more runs. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one's a little high. Breaking ball. Doesn't drop in there. 81 miles per hour. Big curve on that. But that will be ball one. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Way outside fastball. 2-1 is the count. Two balls, one strike. Hunter Brown has the sign, and here comes the pitch. Another one outside, 87 miles per hour, misses by a good 5 inches. That's ball three. So Brown threatening to walk the second batter, put 2 runners on with no outs. A double play ball here would be really nice. Brown steps off the rubber, takes a timeout to gather himself. Try to figure out what kind of voodoo he can put on the ball here to get a grounder double play. 3-1 pitch is on the way in just a moment. Here it comes. This one's hit back as a foul ball. That'll be a full count now against Brian Reynolds. Reynolds is 1 for 1 today, but he's batting 290 for the season. Not so bad. 1 runner on, no outs. 3-2 pitch to Brian Reynolds is on the way. This one is hit up. It looks like it's going to float just out of play, so Dubon is not able to make a play on it. Count remains 3-2. I'm wondering if I tend to drink my coffee faster when the Astros aren't doing so well. Another full count pitch on the way to Brian Reynolds. Here it comes. This one's hit to the left side, right side. It hits off of... Oh, he's safe at first base. Singleton, it hits off of him. It hits off of his glove. He runs over and grabs it and tosses to Hunter Brown, but Hunter Brown is not able to get his foot on the bag in time. So runners are going to be on first and second safe. Yep. That bouncing ball was an attempted scoop by Singleton, but he got his glove. Yep. Hunter Brown was not close enough to the bag. That was just a bad infield play there. Singleton couldn't get the scoop on the ball, bounced off his glove. By the time he was able to grab it and toss to Hunter Brown, they could have had him. I think they could have had him at first base, but Hunter Brown wasn't close enough to the bag. He misjudged where the bag was, and by the time he reached his foot out to touch the bag, Reynolds was already safe. Very first pitch to O'Neal Cruz is fouled away into the crowd for strike one. So the Pirates now have runners on first and second with no outs. 1 strike to Cruz, who is 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts for Cruz so far. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one is also fouled up, and it'll float out of play for strike 2. Cruz batting .251 for the season. This will be Hunter Brown's 69th pitch, knocking at the door of 70. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A nice breaking ball in the dirt. Check swing. They say he didn't go. That'll be ball one. So far, everything that the Pirates have gotten is right on the shoulders of Hunter Brown. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to O'Neal Cruz. 2 runners on, no outs. He fouls this one up also, and it goes out of play. Count remains 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Brown at 70 pitches now. 2 runners on. He looks around. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and away. Ball 2. 2-2 count. 88 miles per hour, basically in the dirt there. Hunter Brown is now sweating a little bit more than before. Let's see if he can muscle his way through this inning and come back. There are no outs, runners on first and second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. This one is grounded to the right side, just foul, past first base there. Count remains 2-2. Hunter Brown taking his time, finally steps back on the rubber. Here comes the pitch. This one's also grounded into the dugout, into the Astros dugout. That'll be another foul ball. Really making Hunter Brown work to get this out. Count remains 2-2, but there have been about 4 or 5 foul balls by Cruz. Hunter Brown trying to get that strikeout here. 2-2 pitch again is on the way. He finally got him on a low pitch. It bounced in the dirt, but Cruz went around. Strike 3. So Cruz is now 0 for 3. Hunter Brown finally has the first out of the inning. Runners remain at first and second. First pitch to Rowdy Tellez is a strike right in there. Tellez, the most uninspiring first baseman I think I've seen in my life. He did get a weak hit in his first at bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Second pitch is right down the pipe for strike 2. Couldn't have been more perfect than that. Tellez just drops the bat and looks up into the sky like he's confused with his life right now. 0-2. Hunter Brown is out in front of him. If Brown plays his cards right here, he should have at least a strikeout, if not a ground ball for a double play. Let's see how it works out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's hit up the middle. The center field. Jake Myers is back, gets it at the track, and he's going to bring it in. But it looks like there's not going to be any advancement on the runners on that play. Out number 2. Jake Myers got all the way back to the wall pretty quick. That ball was actually just about 3 or 4 feet shy of the wall. It was a nice drive. It didn't look like it was hit that hard, but it kept floating out there. Myers was able to get back and get underneath it to make an easy catch and get it back in. The runners were waiting halfway instead of trying to tag, so they didn't advance. They're still on first and second with 2 outs. That brings up Joey Bart. First pitch to him is fouled back. Looks like it got a piece of Diaz. He gets up and he runs off to the side, walking it off. It looks like it might have gotten him in the thigh. They might show a replay. He's trying to, he walks back over to the plate. He squats down. He's got his mask up, his glove off. He's trying to shake that off. They didn't show a replay. I don't know where it hit him, but it looked like it got him on the thigh or somewhere else, but we'll see. 0-1 is the count against Bart. Here comes the pitch. Strike on the outside corner, swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2. 1 strike away. Hunter Brown is just 1 strike away from coming back after getting 2 runners on and putting the nail in the coffin for the Pirates in this inning. Strike on the outside corner. He rang him up. He got him a high outside fastball right on the corner. Joey Bart is complaining, but all we have to say to Bart is, "Dope." I I've been waiting to say that, and this was a perfect opportunity. Hunter Brown gets the strikeout and ends the inning. So after getting 2 runners on, Brown comes back and gets the next 3 batters, saving the Astros from any extra damage in that inning. My gosh, that was a kind of a nail biter. The Pirates were looking to strike while the fire was hot. But Hunter Brown luckily had a big bucket of water to douse after that. Whew. Difficult top of the 5th inning for the Astros there. Hunter Brown has given up 8 hits, but he came back, got 3 outs in a row, and now we're going to go into the bottom of the 5th. Astros have Mauricio Dubon, Chas McCormick, and Jose Altuve, my personal hero, coming up to bat in the bottom of the 5th. And my guess is this is where the Astros really start to kick things in. For those of you who might not know, there is an interesting stat. The Astros' batting average goes up and is much higher from the 7th inning on. So the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, for whatever reason, they tend to get more locked in. Nothing more I'd like to see this year than Altuve just completely go gangbusters between now and the end of the year, for the Astros to actually get into the playoffs and him to win MVP. I just love me some Altuve. I do, absolutely. For those of you who are listening in right now, thank you for joining. Hunter Brown is still on the mound for the Astros through 5 innings. He's given up 3 runs off of 8 hits. Not a stellar performance, but the Astros are still within striking distance. They do have one game. I need to stop looking at the text while I'm talking. The Astros do have 1 run on the board, but they have given up a very bad error, Hunter Brown making a terrible throw to first base. Dubon is at the bat. The very first pitch from Falter is right down the middle, 85 mile per hour. Looks like a changeup, and a swing and a miss for strike 1. Falter up to 48 pitches now with this one. Another one in the middle, hit out to right field, just about 5 feet shy of the warning track. Joe is able to take that in for out number 1, no problem. Dubon got around a little too late. Didn't get enough power on that one to really make it a dangerous hit. So 1 away. Now to bring up Chas McCormick. McCormick flew out his last at bat very quickly. I had gone into the other room to get something. By the time I came back, he had already flown out. Here comes the first pitch to him. Right in there for a strike, 92 miles an hour. Fastball right in the zone. Could have been a good one to hit. He calls timeout. Readjust the old gloves. Man, those gloves remind me of the batting glove that I found when I was a kid. My family was poor, and one day I found a blue Franklin batting glove that was practically brand new. I was so happy to have that glove. Looks like the one that Chas is wearing. Chas hits it right up the middle for a base hit. A nice little line drive that got between the second baseman and the shortstop. So Chas will be on finally with a hit with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up Altuve, the little engine that could. I still want a shirt that says, "Love me some Altuve." That's what I want. I see the big Altuve face signs in the crowd. 1 for 2 with a single. Here comes the first pitch to Altuve. This one's, a swing and a foul ball. It goes back. That was a nice pitch to be swinging at. Right down the middle, 92 miles an hour. That was the one that got Chas looking. But Altuve went after it, unfortunately. Or rather, was it Dubon? Dubon, I think, might have taken that pitch. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That one's also in the zone, but fouled away again. So Altuve swinging at strikes. Just fouling him off right now, and that's strike number 2. I need to update the base runners here. Put Chaz on first. There we go. Sorry about that. McCormick is on first. 1 out. 0-2 is the count against Altuve. Here's the pitch. This one's low and grounded to the left side. Might be a double play. And despite a slow pickup by the shortstop, he's able to still get Altuve at first base. So there's 2 outs to end the inning. Unfortunately, Altuve shuts down the Astros' chance to come away with another run here in the bottom of the 5th. So once again, the Astros get a runner on base and do nothing with it. That's disappointing. We're going to go into the top of the 6th. So far, another poor hitting performance by the Astros, and they are behind 3-1. Pittsburgh with 8 hits, Houston with 5. I don't know how many people they had left on base so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that right? That's absolutely terrible. Yesterday they had 19 for the whole game. So far from yesterday till today, they've had 27 runners left on base. Can you believe that? 27 stranded runners. Man, that is terrible. Let me take that runner off first, and I'll give you the update about who's coming up to bat here in the top of the 7th. Alright guys, for some reason it said that my stream disconnected for a second, and it said it's back, so we should be good to go. And just in time, because Hunter Brown is on the mound facing Ke'Bryan Hayes, about to have the first pitch of the top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch, right in there for strike 1. 94-mile-per-hour strike fastball. Hayes is 1 for 2 today with a single in the 2nd, and he was able to score, batting .241 for the season. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Brown. That one is low and away, bounces outside. Hunter Brown immediately turns around and looks quite dissatisfied with himself. That was quite the wild pitch. 1-1 is now the count. Hunter Brown is up to 82 pitches. This may be his last inning here if he's able to get through it. That one is a nice looking curve, but it goes just outside the zone for ball 2. If you guys are able, I'd love to see your comments and hear your thoughts about the recent trade that the Astros did. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. That one fooled Hayes, swing and a miss on the outside corner, 2-2. I've watched a few different Astros commentary channels, and I've also looked at a lot of the comments in the chats and below the video. It looks like most people are very, very dissatisfied, but I'm not sure I have the same feeling. I'm kind of neutral on it. Here comes the next pitch, and it's hit out to right field, and Chaz McCormick barely has to move. He makes the play for the first out. I can't get the words out of my mouth right now for some reason. I don't know if the coffee has affected me. Now it's got me, instead of being lethargic, my mouth is going, but it's not connected to my brain so much. It's just often doing what it wants to do. But regardless, Chaz is able to put that ball away no problem for out number 1. That brings up Connor Joe, who had a little tapper to Hunter Brown that turned into a really crazy play earlier. First pitch to him is high for a ball. If you guys missed that, if you want to see something that'll make you slap your head, go back and look at that play later on when they post the highlights. That was insane. 1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the pitch to Joe. That one's right in there. Nice curveball for a strike. Evens it up at 1-1. Yeah, a little tapper to the right of Hunter Brown towards third base. He got over there quick enough to grab it and make a play at first, but he kind of stumbled and made a terrible throw. He got past Singleton, went way out towards right field. Next pitch is low, just right on the edge. Could have been a strike, but the umpire laid off. Ball 2, 2-1. That was such a wild throw that the guy on first base was able to run all the way around and score, and Joe was able to get all the way to third base. If Hunter had just held the ball, there would have been no run scored and nobody past second base. Next one is right in there, check swing, but strike anyway. 2-2, evens the count. So right now, the Astros could be down by 1 run, if not for that terrible error by Hunter Brown. The 2-2 pitch is on the way. This will be the 90th pitch for Hunter Brown. It gets him swinging with a high fastball. Another strikeout for Brown, and the second out of this inning. 97 miles an hour on that one. I don't know about you guys, but I remember seeing this with the vintage Verlander, where as it gets towards the latter innings, he starts to throw some faster fastballs, and I've noticed Brown doing that too sometimes. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter on the lower inside corner for a strike. This is Jared Triolo. 0-1 is the count against Triolo. Brown looking for the signal. He's got what he wants. Here comes the pitch. That's in the upper part of the zone, taken again for a strike. Triolo looks like he wants to swing, but he's not able to react in time to that. That was a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, perfectly placed at the very top of the zone. I think that even if he had gotten the bat around, he wouldn't have been able to connect. Hunter is just throwing some meat right now, some serious steam. 0-2 is the count. 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and foul ball. Tricked him that time. He got out way too early, but he was able to just barely make a connection and foul it to the third base side. Count remains 0-2. Bregman, Alvarez, and Diaz are due up for the Astros here in the bottom of the 6th. Brown looking for the strikeout here in the final out of the inning. Here comes the pitch. Way high. That'll be ball 1. He wants a baseball change. And my coffee is gone. Just like this batter. Triolo, you are gone, man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Brown has his new ball. He's up on the rubber looking for the call. He's got what he wants. And here it comes. Inside corner, another foul ball off the fists of Triolo. That one could have been a ball, but it looks like Triolo wasn't willing to risk it. Count remains 1-2. 95 pitches for Brown. Yeah, the Astros commentators said it's been not so easy for Brown today, and a little bit of tough luck, and I agree, it has been that. Oh, next pitch, 97 miles per hour fastball, just a couple inches up out of the zone. A beautiful pitch, could have gotten him swinging, but he didn't go, so the count is now even, 2-2. Brown has the call, and here comes the pitch. That one's way in the dirt, 97 miles an hour again, but way down in the dirt. Full count. This will be the 98th pitch from Brown. He's trying to get out of the inning, and it looks like they've got King up now. He's going to stand up and go warm up in the bullpen. Makes sense. Here comes the full count pitch to Triolo. This one is high and inside for a ball. So Hunter Brown lets him come back. He was up 1-2. And he comes back with several straight balls to walk him. So now we have a base runner with 2 outs. And Hunter Brown is about to deliver his 100th pitch of the game. First pitch to Michael Taylor. is a check swing. They say he didn't go. That's going to be ball 1. Well, that was a 99th pitch by Brown. My bad. This will be the 100th. Brown working really hard right now. Next pitch is high. Diaz is going to take a moment to settle Brown down. 2 balls, no strikes. Brown grabbing at the rosin bag, taking a break here, trying to stall a little bit, take a breather. Looks like he's got the call he wants. He comes set immediately. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one's inside, fouled up, but it's going to float out of play for strike 1. Crowd clapping a little bit, wanting an out, wanting an end to this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike to Michael Taylor. 1 runner on first base. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit hard out to left field. That's a no-doubter. That's gone. Off the sign right below the railroad tracks. Hunter Brown gives up a 2-run shot. The Pirates are now up 5-1. Michael Taylor now has multi-home runs in back-to-back games, yesterday and today against the Astros. Pirates now have 9 hits. Hunter Brown has given up 5 runs. He has just been, as of now, officially destroyed in this game. Absolutely terrible. That pitch was just right over the plate. In the last 13 starts, this is the first that will not be counted as a quality start. You can see why. He's not going to get through 6 innings. He got through 5 2/3 of an inning. He's coming out of the game now. It looks like King is going to be coming in. Brown leaves with 102 pitches, 9 hits, and 5 runs given up to the Pirates. The Astros now have no choice but to try to stop the runs from the Pirates from now into the 9th and wake up their bats. The only run the Astros have so far is a solo shot by Yainer Diaz, a line drive home run out to left field. But that last hit by Taylor, man, that was a no-doubter to left field. Just barely missed getting up onto the railroad tracks. If you guys know Minute Maid Park, you'll know that the train up there is pretty high. Bregman had a monster blast that went over those tracks recently. And there was another home run by the Pirates that went out there and right below the tracks. And this one, it was in that same spot. There was no way that one was... I could tell. As soon as they showed the camera angle from the outfield, I knew it was gone. Very disappointing. If Brown had just managed to get that final out, we would be going into the bottom of the 6th with the Astros down just by 2 runs, but now we're down by 4. The good news is there are now no runners on base. If you can call that good news. 2 outs. I'm going to go grab a drink right quick. I think I have time while King's warming up. All right, guys. King is facing Andrew McCutchen. The first pitch he takes for strike 1. King quickly goes into the second pitch, and that one's outside for ball 1. It's 1-1 against McCutchen. Once again, King quickly gets the ball, goes into his pitch. This one's fouled back by McCutchen. That's strike 2. So really quickly, it's 1-2 on McCutchen. 2 outs, no runners on. This one's hit off to the right side. Is it going to be playable? No, it's going to float into the crowd. That will remain 1-2. And as I'm drinking my Calorie Light Cola from Eon Supermarket here in Hiroshima. 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. A little outside, 93 miles per hour. Ball 2. 2-2. Man, I need to get me another mouse. Mouse pad. This pitch is way inside and off the dirt. Almost took out McCutcheon's toes. Ball 3, a full count. So once again, just like Hunter Brown, he was leading 1-2, and now he's got a full count. This one's ripped down the line, just barely foul. McCutcheon almost with an extra base hit there off of King. We're going to have another full count pitch. 3-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch by King, and he gets him swinging with a high fastball. 93 miles per hour up in the zone. Finally, the inning comes to an end, but the Astros give up 2 more. Rather, Hunter Brown gives up 2 more. So far, all 5 runs of this game and all 9 hits squarely on the shoulders of Hunter Brown, with one of those runs coming on an error by Hunter Brown. It seems, wow, carbonated drinks. It seems that it's just not Hunter Brown's day. But what I don't like even more than that, or what I dislike even more than that, is that the Astros once again are continuing in their habit of stranding runners on base. If not for Yainer Diaz's solo shot, we would have a goose egg on the board right now. It's 5-1. Despite having 5 hits, the Astros have stranded, getting close to 10 runners already in this game. Not looking good so far. Let's see if they can turn that around. The Astros do have a much higher batting average from the 7th inning on. Let's see if they can get something started here in the bottom of the 6th. Coming up next for the Astros, Alex Bregman, followed by Yordan Alvarez and Yainer Diaz. Diaz is actually having a really good game. He is basically 2 for 3. 2 hits, including a solo home run. Bregman has been making some contact, but he hasn't been able to do anything yet. Alvarez also hasn't done anything. He continues to have a cold streak. Pena has been making contact with the ball, and he made some good contact yesterday, but he hasn't been able to do anything in this game so far. First pitch to Bregman is on the way. That's low and outside for ball 1. Bregman looking for his first hit today. He did have a ground out and a line out, so like I said, he's making contact. He just hasn't been able to get anything yet. 1 ball, no strikes to Bregman. High and outside on that pitch, ball 2. Good eye by Bregman. Falter is still in the game. He's only up to 55 pitches. Man, that's amazing. Next pitch, high and out of the zone there for ball 3. 3-0 to Alex Bregman. They've already got some guys warming up in the bullpen out there. Dennis Santana is warming up for the Pirates. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, or 3-0 count pitch. That's right in there. Bregman takes it for a strike. It's 3-1. Bregman back in the box, ready to go. The 3-1 pitch from Falter is on the way. Another one right in there, taken for a strike. So Bregman has taken 5 straight pitches. The count is now full, 3-2. Let's see if he can do something here. Here comes the pitch from Falter. This was out of the zone, and Bregman finally swings, fouls it back. That one was a good 3 inches out of the zone. Not like Bregman to swing at a pitch like that. He had an opportunity to get a leadoff walk. Count remains full at 3-2. This will be the 60th pitch for Falter. Here comes the pitch. Another foul ball over the right side. It looks like Joe might have room for it, and he does. He gets it just a few feet out of foul territory, and Bregman flies out. Disappointing result of that at bat. He could have been on base with a walk. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Crowd is really mute, really quiet right now. Alvarez is up to bat. He wasn't quite ready. He decided to step out, take a timeout. Now he's back in, ready to go. Falter looking for the sign. And here comes the pitch. Way high. Alvarez lunges out of the way to keep from getting hit. 1 ball. Crowd boos, and rightly so. That was a dangerous pitch. 92 miles per hour, 4-seam fastball. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. This one's right in there and fouled out to the left field, but it floats out of play. Jordan will stay alive. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 lineouts. Nothing really dangerous going on so far with Alvarez. 1-1 is the count, and here comes the pitch. That one's low, almost in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Astros need Alvarez to show up in a big way. They need all their guys to show up right now. Next pitch is a curve on the outside corner, swing and a miss. Pretty weak swing there from Alvarez, completely fooled him. 2-2. Alvarez licking his lips. I'm sure he wants to get a big hit here. And I agree. I want him to have one too. Here's the pitch. That one's low outside. Catcher tried to frame it, but it was ball 3. The amount of framing that the catcher gave on that pitch was insane because it was really low and outside, and he brought it all the way back in. Pretty crazy. Here comes the full count pitch, lined up the middle for a base hit, right into center field. Finally, a nice solid single line drive for Alvarez to get on base. The Astros do have a base runner now with 1 out. Now let's just bring him around. Let's bring him around and score us some runs. It looks like they're not going to let Falter pitch to Diaz. They're taking him out. Diaz has been hitting Falter pretty well, single and a homer. Of course, Diaz has been performing well overall. They're showing a video of a Seattle Mariners dog eating a hot dog. Is it really healthy to give a hot dog to a dog? A hot dog with a bun and a weenie. I'm not so sure if that's a good choice, a good healthy choice for a dog. Not a good healthy choice for anybody, actually. I mean, they taste good. Maybe if it's all beef, that's okay. We are in a break right now, guys, because they are changing pitchers. The Pirates are changing pitchers. Alex Bregman fouled out for the first out of the inning, and Alvarez, after a full count, was able to get a line drive single. He's now on first base. Yainer Diaz is at the bat, but they were not willing to let Falter pitch again to him. They're bringing in Dennis Santana. Dennis Santana. I'm trying to see if there are any pictures of him. All right. Santana's on the mound. His ERA is 5.48. Diaz is at the bat. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Jordan on first base. Diaz batting .291 right now. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 95 miles per hour. The count is even at 1-1. One and one pitch from Santana is on the way. Terrible slider way outside. Yiner goes around. He's shaking his head on that one. He should be. That was an absolutely awful pitch. It looked like he was just expecting a fastball down the middle, but he was completely around and missed that one by a good foot. What a terrible swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch on Diaz. This one is hit up the middle. It looks like it might be. It is. It's a infield base hit. Jordan is going to get to third. They throw over there, but he's able to get there in time. So now the Astros have runners on the corners. That ball was hit right up the middle by Diaz. The shortstop grabbed it, but he was a good 6 feet off of second base, so he wasn't able to get the force on Jordan Alvarez. That ball, he reached out. That was such a terrible pitch. But the shortstop and the second baseman closed in to get that ball. So whenever the shortstop grabbed it, there was no one to throw to at second base. Jordan slid in safe, but then he got up and he ran over to third base due to the bad throw and mishandling at first. Diaz is safe at first. Alvarez is safe at third. And that brings up Jeremy Pena. Very first pitch to Pena is fouled away for strike one. That was crazy, man. Once again, the crazy plays just continue on and on and on. Astros with runners on the corners with 1 out. Jeremy Pena facing an 0-1 count right now. Here comes the pitch. This one's hit down the left side. It's going to be maybe a double play ball. He's able to beat it. He's safe at first base. Jordan will score. So they do get him at second base. They get Yiner at second. But the Astros do get 1 run as Pena works his rear end off to get down to first once again and beat that throw. Pena lucky that that ball was kind of a bouncer to third, and they were not able to get it around the horn fast enough. And there was a little stumble on the part of the third baseman. They easily got Diaz at second, but now the Astros have 2 outs with 1 runner on first. Jake Myers comes to bat. First pitch to him from Santana is on the way. Right in there, 87 miles per hour strike. Astros are, the fans here, they're cheering, trying to get something going. A 2-out rally would be fine for me. I don't care how they score runs, just score runs. 0-1 pitch to Myers. This one's hit hard. Is it? No. It's going to be caught. A diving catch by the left fielder. It looked like a good hit by Myers, but he got too far underneath it, and it skied it up and gave it just enough time for the left fielder to dive after running over to his right to get it and end the inning. Man, that was close. Astros now with 7 hits, but only 2 runs to show for it, stranding another runner on base. But they do come away with 1 run. Pretty interesting if you look at the stats of the game. Whenever the Pirates scored 1 run in the second, Astros scored 0. But when the Pirates scored 2 in the fourth and in the sixth, the Astros came back and scored 1 in each of those innings. So it's 1-0, 2-1, 2-1. Pretty crazy. But the Astros are going to have to put up more than 1 run every few innings in order to win this game or come back, because they are down by 3 runs right now going into the top of the 7th. However, their bats seem to have woken up just a little bit, and maybe in these next 3 innings they will do what they usually do and start hitting the ball a lot more. Stop stranding these runners, man. Getting an extra run is good, but they're going to need a lot more than 1 run. I'm not sure if Brian King is going to be the one on the mound for the Astros still, but we will see. When we come back in just a moment, I will update that for you. King had a short inning. He only faced one batter. My guess is that he will be the pitcher, but may not be. We'll see. Yainer Diaz is now number 3 Astro all time. Is that right? 3 hit games? Is that right? Yeah, it looks like King is still on the mound. He's going to be facing Brian Reynolds. The very first pitch is hit out the left field. Dubon doesn't even really have to move to get it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start to this inning. Yeah, so far, Diaz is absolutely the MVP of this game. He's got 3 hits. He had a really great throw out on an attempted steal early in the game. He's been playing really well. O'Neal Cruz is now up. First pitch to him is low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Next pitch right in there, swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 is the count. I'm trying to update the pitcher for the Astros here. It's Brian King. Trying to update it on the screen. This pitch is just outside for ball 2. This pitch is a little out for ball 3. 3-1. King behind in the count to Cruz. But this one is in the bottom of the zone for a strike. Taken for strike 2. Full count now. Next pitch, full count on the way. Strike 3. That is the 4th time Cruz has gone down tonight as King gets the strikeout. They show the replay here. A beautiful pitch on that outside corner. Cruz took the swing at it, but missed it, went underneath it by a good 2 inches. Good pitch by King, 1 away. He's now facing Rowdy Roddy Tellez. the first base couch potato. First pitch to him is out for a ball. 1-0. Here comes the next pitch. That's directly down the middle. No question about it. Strike 1. 1-1. King has the call, and here comes the pitch. Low and away, swing and a miss. A Rowdy Roddy strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. King has got what he wants, and here comes the 1-2 pitch. Nice strike 3, swing and miss. King picks up Rowdy Roddy Tellez and slams him to the mat, gets the 3 count, and that match is over along with the inning. King has a very short, impressive 7th inning as he shuts down the Pirates 1-2-3 in short fashion. Astros go into the bottom of the 7th down by 3 runs with an opportunity here to really jump on the Pirates pitching and get themselves back in this game. Dennis Santana was in the game for the Pirates. I'm not sure if he's still going to be in the game. We'll see. I'll update that for you once again as we get back into the game and that information is updated. The pictures of these players, these pitchers, I try to update these for you as the pitchers change, but changing these pitchers out is much easier to do in between innings. Unfortunately, I don't know who the pitchers are going to be until we get back to the game, so I have to change them typically while the game is going, and I don't want to miss the play call as it's happening. I can call it a little late, but I'd rather not do that. I'd rather call it as it happens so you guys get it as soon as possible. Dennis Santana, let's see. I'm just putting him in the game on the screen, but we'll see if he's still in the game. Yep, Dennis Santana still in the game. That's good. I don't have to change it again. Woohoo! John Singleton is going to come up to bat. Had a foul out and a fly out. Let's see if he can do something here. Here comes the first pitch from Santana. Inside and low, fastball, but just barely missing the zone for ball one. One and 0 pitch to John Singleton. It's on the way. That one's right in the middle of the plate. Fouled back. 95-mile-per-hour heater. Singleton not able to get enough bat on it. It looked like he had the swing timing down just right, though. It was fouled straight back. 1-1 is the count, and here comes the pitch from Santana. On the outside corner, called a strike. That could have gone either way, but the ump had a preference for that one, so it's strike two. 1-2 against Singleton. Show us some power, Singleton, or give us a single McSingleton. Singles McSingleton. This one's fouled back and hits the screen, looks like. That's going to keep the count at 1-2. I haven't seen any comments from you guys yet about the trade, the Astros trades. If you know anything about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions in the chat. Here comes a 1-2 pitch. 89 miles per hour, right in the zone, swing and a miss. A really, really nice looking pitch for Singleton to swing at, and he just couldn't make contact. It looks like the Astros have acquired Caleb Ferguson for Kelly Austin. 5.13 ERA in 33 games. Here comes Dubon, next batter. Check swing. They say he didn't go around. That's ball one. I don't know about you guys, but I really like Dubon. I just like kind of his attitude and the way he plays the game. I just wish that he could pull that performance up enough to be a regular player. Second pitch is fouled away for strike one, 1-1. There are just some players, it's sad sometimes because you really like the attitude of the player and all that kind of stuff, and you wish that they could overall just be a much more solid, permanent part of the rotation. 1-1 pitch to Devon is hit out to left field. It's going to float all the way over to the left fielder. He's able to make the play. A beautiful looking hit, but he just didn't pull it enough to get it down. If he could have gotten that one down, it could have gone to the wall for an extra base hit, but it winds up being the second out of the inning. So Singleton and Dubon go down quietly. And that brings up Chas McCormick, who actually had a single his last at bat. McCormick's struggling this year with a 2.11 ERA. Average. Can you imagine McCormick pitching? That'd be amazing. First pitch to him is high and inside for ball one. But it's nice to see him finally get a hit after being so cold. It'd be nice to see him catch on fire for the rest of the season. They need it. They really need him to step up. Here's the next pitch to him. Another high and inside. 297-mile-per-hour fastballs, high and inside. Ball two. Two and 0 count from Santana. Here comes the pitch. Low and outside. Check swing. They say he doesn't go around. Or does he? They say he does. That did not look like a strike. Man, what were the umpires thinking there? 2-1. Two balls and one strike. McCormick back in the box after taking a short break. Here comes the pitch from Santana. That one's low in the dirt, way out there. Glad to see McCormick not chasing that garbage. 3-1. Santana looking for the call. He's finally got it. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to McCormick with 2 outs. Can he do something? Let's see. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Full count. 96-mile-per-hour fastball. Very hittable. Full count. 2 outs. McCormick trying to do something here. Here comes the pitch. Inside, way out of the zone. McCormick swings around, strikes out. Unsurprising. Disappointing, but unsurprising. You know what they say, if I had $1 for every time. Well, in this case, if I had $1 for every time McCormick swung his bat at a bad pitch, I'd have at least a couple dozen dollars. It'd be a lot more than that. Even just over the past couple of weeks, I think it'd be a lot more than that. So we're going to go into the top of the 8th. The Astros don't do anything in the bottom of the 7th. They are 3 up and 3 down. They're showing highlights from the National League winning the All-Star game. I think it was in last year. The first one that they had won in like 10 years or something, 10 or 11 years. The American League is just basically owning the All-Star game this century. It'll be interesting to see if they keep King in the game, because his pitch count actually is not very high right now, and he's really rolling along. But it looks like they're going to bring in Seth Martinez, actually. They've already updated on the screen. So Seth Martinez, I need to change the name and the image out on the screen. I'll do that now. Seth Martinez, where is he at? I know I've got him in there somewhere. Oh my gosh, I don't? That's crazy. I thought I had Seth Martinez's picture in there, but I don't. I'm going to have to download it. Seth Martinez, pitchers. There we go. He's going to be facing Joey Bart to lead off the inning. First pitch to him is a little low and outside for ball 1. Why is this picture so small? Next pitch just misses the zone for ball 2. 2-0 against Joey Bart. 40 games this season with a 2.96 ERA for Martinez, who tosses that one in on the inside corner for a strike. There we go. There's a hit to right field. That's going to be a single. Pirates get another leadoff single. This one courtesy of Joey Bart off of Seth Martinez. So here in the top of the 8th, runner on first, no outs. That's definitely not what the Astros need to be doing right now. The Astros need to be shutting them down 1-2-3 like King did, and getting back in this game with some hits. Here comes the pitch to the next batter. Almost mixed up my words there. Brian Hayes, way high for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit way high, fouled up. And it looks like they're not going to have a play. It's going to float right over the dugout and into the crowd. So strike 1. 1-1 is the count. You know, it's pretty sad that the Astros are having to trade for pitchers and they're struggling with their pitching staff when they've got like 6 guys on the injured list who are all really, really great pitchers when they're healthy. It's so sad. It's ridiculous, right? 1-1 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Just missed the inside corner with that ball. 2-1 is the count against Hayes. Hayes 1 for 3 today. Here comes the next pitch right down the middle. He hits this one out to left, but Dubon is there, no problem, to put it away for out number 1. Keeping the runner at first base. Nice soft liner, no problem. That brings up Connor Joe, who's 2 for 3 today. He's had a lucky day with not only some hits, but also that crazy play at first base with the error by Hunter Brown. Very first pitch to him is fouled back for strike 1. That was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen, and it cost the Astros a run. Hunter Brown's wild throw was so bad that Joe was able to run all the way to third base, and the runner on first was able to score. A crazy, crazy play. This one is grounded right up the middle. Another hit for Joe, who's hot today. Runners are now on first and second with 1 out. Seth Martinez has now given up 2 singles, and he's facing Jared Triolo. Astros threatening to drop the series versus the Pirates here if they don't shut this down and put some runs on the board. Triolo is 1 for 2 today. Here comes the first pitch to him. This one is right outside for ball 1. Looks like there's a pinch runner for Joe on first base. I bring in Bay. Is that his name? Bay, that's right. Next pitch to him is also just outside for ball 2. 2 pitches just missing the outside corner by a couple of inches. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 8th with 1 out. 2 balls, no strikes to Triolo. Here comes a pitch for Martinez. Grounded just foul by the third baseline. That'll be strike 1. That would have been a good play for Bregman had it been fair. He could have stepped on the base and gone for the double play pretty easily. And that would have ended the inning. But we will continue here. Let's see if Martinez can get the double play ball with a similar pitch. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Right in there for strike 2. Good pitch right on the outside corner. Glad that the umpire called that one. Counts even, 2-2. Martinez shakes off several calls, but he finally gets the one he wants, and here it comes. This one's low and away. Fouled off by Triolo. Down the first baseline and into the crowd. Man, I don't often drink carbonated drinks, and this one is really trying to make me burp, so I'm doing my best to let those out without bothering you guys. 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Another one fouled off into the crowd on the right side. That's about 7 pitches to Triolo. He's fouled off several so far. 6 or 7 pitches to him. Counts only 2-2. Martinez comes set and looks around. Here's the delivery. Another one fouled up and floats away back behind Home plate. Count remains 2-2. He continues to make Seth Martinez work. Martinez up to 17 pitches now. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Martinez gets the sign, and here comes the pitch. Strike 3. Right down the middle, got him swinging. Kind of a dangerous looking pitch to me, but must have been moving because Triolo couldn't get it. That'll be out number 2. Interesting. They did a poll with 4 different pitchers. Which pitcher would you like to see start off a playoff game if they were all healthy? 34% of those votes went for Justin Verlander. First pitch to Taylor is a swing and miss for strike 1. So Pirates runners remain on first and second with 2 outs. Michael Taylor at the bat with an 0-1 count. Martinez steps off the rubber to get a timeout. Steps back on, and he's got the count or the call that he wants. Here comes the pitch. Outside for ball 1. 1-1 is the count. Taylor batting 1 for 3 today with a 2-run home run. This next pitch, looked like it was on the corner, but just the way it was caught by Diaz, he was expecting an outside pitch, but he had to readjust and try to get that pitch on the inside. And because of the movement, it looks like the umpire didn't catch it, so that's ball 2. Next pitch is hit sharp right at Pena, and he keeps the ball in front of him, but everybody's going to be safe. Now the bases are going to be loaded. No play. That may be an error on Pena. We'll see. Astros do get another error, and just like the Pirates yesterday, that'll be the 3rd one. Pirates had 3 errors yesterday. Yeah, Pena just misplayed that one. It was catchable. He tried to backhand it. Just bounced off his glove, and everybody was safe. So with 2 outs, the Pirates have loaded the bases. Diaz comes out to the mound. They have a meeting on the mound. Next batter they'll be facing is the top of the lineup, Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen has 1 hit today. A couple of strikeouts. Martinez has the pitch. He's ready to go. Here it comes. And that one just barely misses the zone, up and away. Crowd is murmuring, but not really into it right now. He had a single in the 5th, McCutchen did, and that's about all he's done so far. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Martinez. That one's in there, fouled back for strike 1. Bounces off of Diaz and flutters away. 1-1 is the count. Dubin is now warming up. Sean Dubin for the Astros. 1-1 count pitch. Right on the outside corner. This one the umpire liked. Strike 2. That one had some good movement on it. 81 miles per hour, and it crossed over the plate, looks like. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Martinez looking for the strikeout to get out of this inning. Oh, high fastball just out of the zone. Called ball 2. 2-2 is the count. That was a nice looking pitch, just didn't get it. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to McCutchen. That one's way outside ball 3, full count. So it's down to this right now, full count with bases loaded, 2 outs. McCutchen batting, Seth Martinez on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Ball 4 way outside. He walks in a run. It's going to be 6-2 Pirates. Martinez just letting the Pirates stick around, and that's going to be it. Espada walks out, and he calls for Dubin. Dubin's going to come in and take over with bases loaded. So many opportunities Martinez had to get out of that, and he just couldn't do it. Astros, once again, looking like they just want to give up this game. 6-2. Pirates have 11 hits, 6 runs, 1 error. Astros have 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 errors. Let me check the chat. I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, I can't blame you for not saying anything. I probably wouldn't have anything to say either. I'm going to ask a question. What are the chances the Astros can come back and win this game? Now, if you go to the ESPN tracker, it's probably going to say that the Pirates have like a 99.9% chance of winning this game. I'm going to take a look and see. Yeah, right now it's at 96.5%. So it gives the Astros a 3.5% chance of coming back and winning this game. But I want to know what you guys think. If you have the opportunity or the ability to type in a live chat. I see I've got 7 people right now watching. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you joining in. It hasn't been a very fun game to watch. Oh, okay. I actually see some comments in the comments section, not in the chat. If you guys are leaving comments and you think that they're in the chat, you're actually posting them below the video. So you have to scroll over. I know it's kind of weird, but YouTube changed it to where if you want to talk in the live chat, you actually have to move it over. Because if you type in the first area, it just posts below the video and not in the chat. So I haven't seen your comments, but I do see them now, so I'll take a look at them in just a moment. The Astros bring in Sean Dubin, and I think that I have Dubin's picture, and I should be able to put that in. Let's see, where's it at? No, I don't have his picture. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Apparently I didn't save Sean Dubin's picture either. What am I doing here? There we go. Next pitch is on the way. This is a grounder foul for strike 2. So a good start for Dubin. Bases are loaded. 0-2, 2 outs. Dubin trying to shut down Martinez's mess. Seth Martinez gave up a run on a walk. He's loaded the bases, and Dubin is trying to get the Astros out of it so we have a chance here in the bottom of the 8th. 0-2 pitch from Dubin is on the way. This one's hit foul out of play down the left side. The count will remain 0-2. There we go. I can change the picture now to Sean Dubin. Next pitch, the 0-2 again from Dubin is on the way. Called strike 3, froze him. He couldn't get around on that one, and that'll be it. Dubin does his job. He comes in and saves the Astros from getting destroyed in that 8th inning. Martinez gives up a run on a walk. He loads the bases, but Dubin comes in with 2 outs and runners on first, second, and third to shut them down with a strikeout. Thank God. Dubin looking like he was in top form there. Astros down by 4 runs, 6-2, going in the bottom of the 8th. My hero, Jose Altuve, will be coming in to lead it off to start the Astros' damage in the bottom of the 8th, followed by Alex Bregman and then Yordan Alvarez. Let's take a look at the stats here. Altuve only has 1 hit this game, but he does have a walk Oh, no, he doesn't. I'm sorry. I thought he had a walk. He does not. But he was left on base, unfortunately. Altuve currently batting 311. His average has been creeping up. Pretty amazing. Bregman hasn't done anything in this game. He doesn't have any hits. Jordan does have a single his last at bat. Astros really need this opening lineup, these leadoff hitters. This is the top of the order. These are the best guys right now that the Astros have. The first four guys here, Altuve, Bregman, Alvarez, and Diaz. And even with Pena, I really consider like these five guys have a lot of talent. They have a ton of talent. And the Astros have one of the best batting averages in the MLB. But they just haven't been driving in their base runners. They've been stranding them on base. Man, they're talking about some awesome historical facts of Jose Altuve averaging more than 2 runs or 2 hits per game during a road trip. That's pretty amazing. That's an amazing feat. I believe that was in 2017. It'd be nice to see him go only up from here. Kyle Nicholas is on the mound now. I'll have to change that in a minute. First pitch, Altuve is outside for a ball 1. Kyle Nicholas, let's see if I can get some information about him right quick. 15 games, 6.75 ERA, crazy. Altuve sends it to center field, but it's going to be playable for the center fielder. He catches it, no problem. That's 1 out. Unfortunately, Altuve goes down on that line drive out to center field. 1 out, 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth, or bottom of the 8th, rather. Astros with only 4 outs remaining to come back in this game, down 6-2. Alex Bregman coming to bat. He deserves a home run. He keeps coming really close. Here's the first pitch from Nicholas. Bregman swings, hits it out to right field, deep, all the way to the warning track. Right fielder is going to be able to grab it, though. Just 3 pitches in, Kyle Nicholas has 2 outs. Astros going down quietly right now. Now just 4 outs away. Earlier, did I say 4 outs? I must have meant 5 outs. Astros 4 outs away from just handing this game over to the Pirates, lying down at the plate and giving up. Alvarez comes up to bat with 2 outs. This one, that was weird. On the outside corner, bounced off the catcher's mitt, went straight up in the air. That was strange. How did it even do that? 1 ball, no strikes to Alvarez. Here comes the next pitch from Nicholas. Bouncer in the dirt, check swing. They say he didn't go. That's ball 2. Crowd sounding very disgruntled right now. Can't blame them. 2-0 is the count with 2 outs. Pitch to Alvarez, way outside, ball 3. If Alvarez gets a walk, that'll be much better than what he's been doing recently. 3-0. Here comes the pitch from Nicholas to Alvarez. This one's in the dirt for ball 4. So Alvarez walks on 4 straight pitches, and that'll bring up the hot guy of the day, Yainer Diaz. Actually, he's the recent hot guy over the past, I don't know, since like May or something. They're showing some highlights of Diaz. He has been really tearing it up here at home at Minute Maid Park in Houston. Really doing it at the plate and behind the plate, actually. He's got Jordan on first base. Here comes the first pitch from Nicholas. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, I've still got these guys on base. I need to remove those. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. I need to update that. Jordan is on first. There's no other runners on. 0-1 pitch to Yainer Diaz is on the way. This one is hit, and it's going to get in there for another base hit. Yainer continues to be hot. Jordan gets to second, no problem. Yainer Diaz on first. What a performance by Yainer Diaz. He's just really coming through. A homer would have been really useful. And we do have 2 outs, but Astros now got a runner in scoring position. They've got a runner in scoring position with Alvarez. That's going to bring up Jeremy Pena. Pena doesn't have a hit today. But he did have a fielder's choice RBI earlier on a failed double play attempt. They have a big meeting at the mound. Kyle Nicholas, the pitcher, and the coach, and all the other players, they're having a little discussion about the situation. Pena really needs a big hit here. He's capable of it. He's a strong guy. All right, guys, let's see what can happen. It's 2 outs. We got 2 outs, but Pena's capable, and he's due for a big hit. Nicholas has the call, and here comes the pitch. Low and outside, swing and miss by Pena. Oh and 1 is the count. Runners on first and second. Nicholas gets set, and here comes the pitch. That one's in the dirt outside, but the catcher's able to keep it in front of him. Runners cannot advance. They're going to swap the ball out right quick. 1 and 1. The count is even. The crowd starts to cheer a little bit, hoping for something to happen, but considering how there are so many fans there right now, I would expect them to be a little louder and more energetic. Come on, guys, let's go. 1 and 1. Jeremy Pena at the bat. Here's the pitch. High fastball. He should have let that one go. It was way out of the zone, but he couldn't resist. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. It was a nice cut, but it was a terrible pitch to be swinging at. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nicholas has the call, and here comes the pitch. A little check swing by Jeremy Pena. They say he didn't go. That's ball 2. That's what he should have done on the last pitch. 2 and 2, even count, 2 outs. Astros with an opportunity to get something out of this. Here comes the pitch to Pena. Low and outside, just barely missed the corner. That's a full count. Good eye by Pena. Full count, 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 8th. Pena facing Kyle Nicholas here. This one is hit to the right field. Is it going to get down? No, it's caught. A diving catch by the right fielder as Pena almost got a base hit and an RBI there. Just barely into the glove of the right fielder. We came that close to getting another run and keeping the inning alive, but he just put too much air on that ball, giving the right fielder enough time to dive forward for it and get it. If that had gone under his glove into the wall, that would have scored 2 runs for sure. Jeremy Pena might have been able to turn that one into a triple. I think he definitely would have. That could have been a really dangerous situation for the Pirates, but they get lucky as the ball stays up just long enough for them to end the inning. So that's it for the Astros in the bottom of the 8th. They only have 3 outs remaining to come back in this game. They're down by 4 runs. The ESPN win probability tracker says the Astros now only have a 1.2% chance of winning, which will just make it sweeter when they do win, right? That's right. Let me check the comments now, guys. It's on break. I see Glenn Lacey has commented, no one wanted to trade with the Astros because of 7 years of dominance. It's possible that maybe some of that was going on, but hard to say. Maybe. Alan says, I've thought of that, and I think the Astros prospects get way underrated, probably a little because of that also.
And Carlos responds, if Altuve, Alvarez, Tucker, Bregman were on the trade deadline, trust me, they would have had suitors. Yeah, I agree. Bregman isn't playing his best ball right now, but he's still a quality player and a quality infielder, a good third baseman. And Altuve's hot. He's always hot. Alvarez isn't playing great recently, but he's normally a great player. Tucker obviously is, even despite the injury, he's a great player. He's going to come back and be good. So I agree. They definitely they definitely have a lot of people wanting him. Dubin is on the mound now. He's going to be facing O'Neal Cruz, who's walking to the plate right now. Ash says Manfred is making sure the Astros never challenge New York, LA, or any of the preferred teams again since they will lose money. That's true. Astros are not one of those big, huge market teams. They are just a good team, a good group of guys who are just trying to win, you know. First pitch here is fouled over towards. No, it's going to be playable for Dubon. Excellent. Just a few feet shy of the stands there, just barely fair. Dubon is able to catch it for the first out of the inning. So here in the top of the ninth, we have one out after one pitch. Sean Dubin is still on the mound for the Astros, so I've got nothing to change there. Roddy Tellez is up, 1 for 4 today. Here's the first pitch to him, right in the bottom of the zone for strike one. That is a rowdy strike. Yeah, there are a couple of reasons why I'm tired of seeing and hearing the Dodgers. Strike two as Tellez swings at that high fastball and then drops his bat. He fumbled his bat and dropped it. Man, I don't really get Tellez sometimes. His glove at first base doesn't seem to be so good, and he often does some strange things at the plate. I'm wondering how he can even have a 248 average. I mean, that's not a great average, but I just wonder how it can even be so high. Here comes the 0-2 pitch to him. Swing and bounced foul. He stays alive, 0-2. But back to that comment, I can't stand Dodgers fans, and everywhere you turn, I mean, I'm in Japan, even here, you go into the stores and you see LA hats everywhere and Dodger stuff everywhere. Now that Otani's playing for them, of course, it's gotten even worse. It was already too bad, and now it's even worse. Next pitch is in the dirt, but a swing and miss by Roddy. He goes down. He's pinned to the mat again, this time by Dubin for the 3 count. And Dubin wins that wrestling match. 2 outs now for Sean Dubin, and the Astros here in the top of the ninth, trying to shut down the Pirates and give them an opportunity to come back, win this game, walk it off in the ninth, or at least tie it up. Here comes the first pitch to the next batter, Joey Bart, and he says dope, as that's a strike taken. Count is now 0-1. 2 for 4 today, 2 singles and 2 runs. He scored twice, batting .246 for the season. Next pitch is right on the outside corner. Check swing, but called ball. Counts even at 1-1. One and one pitch from Dubin is on the way. Strike. Swing and a miss on the outside corner. Good pitch by Dubin. 1-2 is the count. Timmy responds, I bet it'll be Dodgers versus Astros World Series and it'll go to Game 7. Man, I'd like that. I'd like a rematch, and I'd like to see the Astros win it because I can't stand the Dodgers, and I want to see them go down. That's a foul ball. Count is 2-2. You guys can't know this, but my brother, he's 1 year older than me, and we grew up with him watching the Dodgers and loving the Dodgers, and he got all sorts of support from my family. See, and here's the pitch outside. That'll be ball 3, full count on Joey Bart. But my mom was from Houston, so she wanted the Astros to win, and she supported them. But, of course, my brother was the golden child, so we always watched the Dodgers and supported the Dodgers because of him. But I got no support other than from my mom for the Astros games. That was a walk, a full count walk by Dubin on Joey Bart. So after 2 outs, the Astros have done that a few times this game. Get 2 outs and then start putting runners on. Let's see if Dubin can get Ke'Bryan Hayes here, who's the next batter. Here's the first pitch to him. Another ball outside. Diaz telling him to calm down. Calm yourself down a little bit, bro. But anyway, the beef that me and my brother had between the Astros and the Dodgers, it was kind of one-sided because I wished him well and I wished the Dodgers would win unless they were playing the Astros. Ball 2 against Hayes. But my brother never wished me well or wanted the Astros to win. He just always hated the Astros and always wanted them to lose. And when they finally did win a World Series, of course, there was the cheating scandal. But we forget about the Dodgers cheating, right? We don't talk about that. Who cares about that? Let's just keep bashing the Astros. 2-0 pitch fouled up. Is it going to be in play? Singleton is over. Is he going to have room? He doesn't. It goes out by about 10 feet. Not playable. Strike 1. 2-1 is the count against Hayes. But see, that's been my problem with my brother in many other areas. But even with other Dodgers fans, they seem to have an attitude problem. And that's the main reason I don't like the Dodgers, apart from the fact that they have their merchandise everywhere. 2-1. Here's the pitch against Hayes with one runner on. That's in there. Top of the zone. Strike 2. Evens it up. A lot of girls, especially girls, but even guys here in Asia, they wear LA and New York stuff, not because they like the teams, just because it's fashion. You know, it's foreign fashion. 2-2 pitch. High. Another full count for Dubin. So after the first 2 quick outs, Dubin comes right back with 2 full counts, walks the last batter. And now Ke'Bryan Hayes is facing a 3-2 pitch with one runner on. Here comes the pitch from Dubin. This one's fouled away. The count will remain 3-2. As I have forgotten to put the runner on first base, which I will do now, and I'll probably have to move him right back off as soon as Dubin gets this out, I believe. Let's see if the Astros can hit it right here and do something in the bottom of the 9th. Fingers crossed, guys. Here comes another 3-2 pitch from Dubin. And that's going to be into right field. Is it going to be playable? It is, all the way to the warning track, but McCormick puts it away for out number 3. So Dubin gets out of that, thankfully. So that will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. That will be 5 innings the Astros were able to put up goose eggs against the Pirates. But unfortunately, they gave up 1, 2, 2, and 1 in the 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 8th inning. They're down 6-2. This game has not been one to remember, that's for sure, unless you want to learn from your mistakes. Hunter Brown responsible for the majority of the runs that the Pirates put on the board, including a ridiculous error costing 1 run for the Astros, or against the Astros. Astros down 4 runs, 6-2. This is their last opportunity as they come up in the bottom of the 9th. Let me move my base runner off, and then I will give you guys an update on who is coming up to bat. I believe that it'll be, Jake Myers. Almost said Singleton. Jake Myers is going to lead it off, followed by John Singleton and Mauricio Dubon, unless there are some substitutions. In this game, Myers has 1 hit. Singleton has none. Dubon has none. Overall, the Astros have 8 hits. And they've stranded multiple runners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that right? 12 runners. Not good. Still not as bad as yesterday's game. 19 left on base. Insane. They're showing a Jason Castro highlight last year of a 3-run walk-off against the Dodgers. Pretty crazy. I wonder where he's at now. Jake Myers is at the bat. He's going to be facing a new pitcher. It's not updated on my screen yet, so I don't know who it is. They haven't shown his... Oh, it's Stratton. Hunter Stratton. His ERA is 4.26 over 31.2 innings. Here comes the second pitch. 2 balls in a row. Outside and high. 2 balls, no strikes against Myers. Even with just a walk, it would be great to get Myers on base with no outs. Leadoff runner. We need to get something started here. This is the last chance they have. Here's the pitch. Hit up the middle. And it's going to be an easy play for the center fielder. He barely has to move. That's out number 1. Astros continue to quietly get out. It looks like they're not interested at all in trying to tie up this series. Yeah, the crowd right now is pretty sparse. It looks like half of the people have left already. Even if they're losing, I can't leave a game like that. Just can't do it. Man, the crowd looks so bad right now. Next pitch to Singleton is a ball. No, I'm sorry, is a strike. Right on the outside corner, 0-1 against John. Here comes the next pitch from Stratton. Also in there, a little bit of a curveball. Strike 2. Singleton asks for timeout. No balls, 2 strikes. Singleton steps back in the box and gets set. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Stratton. Way outside, ball 1, 1-2. See if the Astros can get 5 straight solo home runs to win the game. What are the chances of that? Like 0.0000 to the infinite power 1? That one's a little low and outside, ball 2, 2-2. I appreciate you guys leaving some comments in the chat. I see my first live chat comment is just a bunch of prayers from Bubba. Me too, man. Me too. I really hope so. Next pitch is in there. He gets him looking. Singleton didn't like it, but you know what? It was in there, dude. That's your bad. It's not the umpire. That's all you. Singleton goes down looking. But that's the thing. When you've got 2 strikes on you and the ball's even close to the zone, you've got to protect that zone. But that one was clearly in the bottom of the zone for a strike. Poor hitting there by John Singleton, who did absolutely nothing this game. 2 strikeouts for Singleton. No hits whatsoever. And that brings up Victor Caratini, who will be pinch hitting for Dubon. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. 2 outs. Caratini calls timeout, steps out of the box. Looks like the Astros are going to give up on this one. Two games in a row that are a complete disappointment. This one is hit up the middle for a base hit. A little bright side there for Caratini, who rolls over to first base with a nice little hit between the second baseman and shortstop. So we got a 2-out base runner in the bottom of the 9th. Trey Cabbage is going to come out and run. He's going to pinch run for Caratini, it looks like. Chas McCormick is due up next, and he will bat. He does have a hit in this game. Let's see if he can do something here to extend the inning and give the Astros a chance with 2 outs. Here comes the first pitch to him. It's low, ball 1. If the inning keeps going, I wonder how long it'll be before they start warming up another pitcher in the bullpen. There are 2 outs, and they have a 4-run lead, so we'll see. 1-0 is the count. Here comes the pitch. A little outside. Just misses by a few inches. Taken as a ball. 2-0 is the count against McCormick. Good eye so far. Chaz with the old nostalgic Franklin gloves, batting gloves, like I had when I was a kid. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. This one is hit. It's going to be an easy play to shortstop. He fires over to first base. but they're probably going to challenge it. Man, that pitch was close, or that throw was close. The shortstop got it, and he should have had an easy throw over to first, but he double pumped and fired it over to first, and it was very close. So they're going to review it. They're just going to automatically review that. As soon as Chaz got there, he said safe. They called him out. But man, that was a pretty lame throw because he caught the ball. Let's see. Oh, he's safe. You can't see it from that angle, but it looks clear that Chaz got to the base before. Yes, he did. Chaz's foot got to first base before that throw got there. The shortstop took a double pump after he caught the ball. He hit the ball in his glove before throwing it, and it looks like it's going to cost them. But it looks for sure that just by a hair, Chaz McCormick got in there, and we're about to get the call from the umpires. They're waiting for the review right now. That could extend the inning some more. Yep. If you look, it's overturned. He's safe. Chaz McCormick is safe at first base. Runners are going to be at first and second with 2 outs. So the 9th inning extends with that overturned call at first base. That should be, they don't call it an error, they call it an infield hit, but that was a terrible play by the shortstop. It cost them a base runner. It could come back to haunt them, and I really hope it does. That brings up my hero, Jose Altuve, man. Come on. Come on, Altuve. Show me some love. Show us some love here. This crowd that stayed behind to watch this game, they deserve to see something. Here comes the first pitch from Stratton. Low and away, ball 1. And now they do have someone warming up in the bullpen just in case. David Bednar is on the rubber in the bullpen warming up. Stratton taking a moment to, he seems to be sweating pretty good. He takes a moment to catch his breath. Count is 1-0 against Jose Altuve. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Crowd now coming to life. I haven't heard them cheer this loud in a while. And it looks like only 20% of the crowd is remaining right now. These are the fans, man. They deserve to see something special. Come on, Altuve. 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Outside. No. How do you call that one a strike? The Astros commentators are laughing at that call. It was like 5 inches off the plate, and they called it a strike. It should have been ball 3. It's 2-1. Here comes the pitch. That one is outside, and Altuve swings at it for strike 2. Absolutely crazy. The umpire is creating now suddenly a big strike zone for Altuve, so he goes after one way out of the zone, evening up the count at 2-2. 2 outs, 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 9th. The pitch to Altuve, they rung him up, strike 3. The crowd is booing, and that's it. The game is over. So just like that, the Astros lose their opportunity to come back, partially due to an absolutely hideous call on Altuve on the outside of the plate. Total ridiculousness. Wow, that was absolutely insane. What a disappointment. I realized that the Astros were down by 4 runs, but come on. Not the last pitch, but that next to last pitch, or that next to last strike that they got, it expanded the zone so much that Altuve was basically forced to swing at anything that was even 5 inches off the plate, which he did on the next pitch and completely missed. Man, frustrating. I can't stand to see games end because of BS. That is total BS. I don't want to see that for anybody. I don't want to see that for the other team, and I don't want to see that for my team. Astros go down in non-fighting fashion, but the 9th inning, it ends basically the same way the Astros played the whole game. Get runners on, leave them there. Get runners on, leave them there. This has been the inconsistent performance of the Astros that just continues to plague them, especially recently. Early in the year, it was a problem, and it has become a problem again. If you take a look at the Astros games, let's jump before I give you a recap of the game, guys. We'll go back and take a look at their recent games. The Astros have now lost 3 in a row. They lost to the Dodgers 6-2. They lost game 1 to the Pirates yesterday 5-3. They lost today 6-2. And between the game yesterday and today, the Astros have stranded about, let's see, they stranded 14 batters, I think, or 14 base runners, 14 or 15 today, 19 yesterday. So roughly 34 base runners have been stranded by the Astros in 2 games, in just 2 games. Completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Just a quick recap before I log off, and then I'll give you a preview of the next game that's coming up with the next game with the Pirates, the final of the series. Second inning, Triolo for the Pirates grounded into a double play, but during that play, Hayes was able to score, putting the Pirates up by 1. In the 4th inning, in the top of the 4th inning, Joe, in a ridiculous play, was able to reach on an error throw by Hunter Brown, who tossed it way out towards right field. And by the time the Astros got the ball and got it back in, not only did a run score, but Joe was able to get to third base. Absolutely crazy. Just after that, Triolo had a double to left field, and that scored Joe. And at the end of the inning, at the end of the top of the 4th inning, the Pirates were up by 3-0. Yainer Diaz finally got the Astros on the board with a line drive home run, a leadoff home run, in the bottom of the 4th, and that was all the Astros were able to come up with, 3-1. In the top of the 6th, Taylor, for the Pirates, homered to left center, scoring Triolo, who was on base. He put the Pirates up 5-1 over the Astros. Later, Pena had a fielder's choice ground ball. He was able to beat the throw out, scoring Alvarez from third base. And then Diaz was out at second on that attempted double play by the Pirates, putting the Astros a little closer at 5-2. In the top of the 8th, the Pirates were able to strike again with a walk, a bases-loaded walk, which scored their final run of the game, putting them at 6-2, and that's where the score would remain, despite the Astros threatening again in the 9th inning by getting a couple of runners on. In Astros fashion, they stranded the runners and lost the game, 6-2. Astros dropped the series at home versus the Pirates and are now tied with them in record at 55-52. Astros, having dropped the last 3 games, are doing their best to lose first place. We're going to take a quick look, guys, at what Seattle has done today. Seattle beat Boston 10-6. The Rangers lost to St. Louis, so the Rangers continue to lose ground, which is good. But we don't need the Mariners winning while the Astros are losing. So we're going to take a quick look at the standings. Astros may have lost first place with that, and they did. The Mariners are now in first place. The Astros are 1 game back. Because the Mariners won, the Astros lost. Astros are now in second place. Mariners are 57-52. Astros are 55-52. Mariners have only won 1 game. Their streak is currently 1 game. Astros have lost 3 in a row. Man, I just saw that the Chicago White Sox have lost 16 in a row. Holy cow. Let's play them. Maybe we can get those runners home. It'd be nice. So, the Astros do have Game 3 coming up against the Pirates. That game is going to be tomorrow. Let's see what information I can give you about that game. Framber Valdez is scheduled to be on the mound, and at this time, it looks like the pitcher for the Pirates is undecided, so I can't give you that information. But Fromber had a really good outing a few days ago, so I'm hoping that he can do the same again, pick up where he left off, give the Astros a chance to win at least one of these games. A sweep against the Pirates would be absolutely hideous. The Astros can't be playing this badly against teams like this. The Pirates are a mid-team, and the Astros were heavily favored to win both of these games, and they're actually favored heavily, really heavily, to win this game with Fromber on the mound. ESPN's matchup predictor giving them a 72.4% chance of winning, but I believe the Astros actually had around a 58 to 60% chance of winning the last two games. But their bats decided, hey, let's get a lot of guys on base, but let's not drive them home. So unfortunately, the Astros are just continually shooting themselves in the foot. And in my opinion, that error by Hunter Brown, he could have just held the ball and let the runners get on first and second, and no runs would have scored at that time. But that error and costing them the run kind of reminds me of how the batters are going right now with the Astros. So that's it. That was the game summary, and that's what's coming up. Let's hope that the Astros can do something tomorrow. That's going to be it for me today, guys. I might put up a short summary of the game later on if I have time. I'm trying to do that for each of the games each day. But I will let you know this. I've got other things to do tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow. What time is that game tomorrow? Let me take another look. Okay, that game tomorrow is at my time. Okay, I'm in Japan. My time is 9:10 in the morning. But unfortunately, I will not be able to call this game, and the reason is because I have an appointment at 10 o'clock at the pension office. So if I were to start calling this game, I wouldn't be able to, I guess you could say I wouldn't be able to be on here but for maybe 20 minutes. I could call it for 20 minutes and then I would have to leave and go to the pension office. So unfortunately, I can't call the game. If for some reason I'm able to live stream the game with a live score, I might do that. If I'm able to do that, I will. We'll see. But if not, then I will see you at the next game after that. I believe I will be back when the Astros face the next team. Who's that going to be? Let's take a look at the schedule here. That's going to be Tampa Bay. And that will be on August 2nd. Yep, Tampa Bay will be playing the Astros at Minute Maid Park. Man, the fans in Houston are going through a beating right now with these home games. Absolutely terrible. Right now it looks like Shane Baz is scheduled to face Ronel Blanco in that game. The Astros are heavily favored to win that game, but we know how that goes right now. Who knows what's going to happen? That game is going to be on the 2nd for you guys if you are in the U.S. For me, it'll be on the 3rd, the morning of the 3rd. And on the 3rd is Saturday. So this Saturday morning, Friday night for you guys, I should be calling that game. So that's probably when I will likely see you again. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the comments, likes, subscribes, and all of that. And it was a disappointing loss for the Astros again today. But let's hope that they can come back tomorrow and get a nice victory and start getting a little momentum before they go into the series with the Rays. But that's it for now. See you next time, guys. Go Stros.